Hey guys, Kevincage back with another daily cryptocurrency update. Welcome to the channel. Like and subscribe if you like what you see, and let's get right into the information today. So, to kick things off, we have Michael Val 5 links. I know this is older news, but I do want to rehash this. And keep in mind, when I'm talking about markets, I'm not only talking about the cryptocurrency market, I'm talking about all markets, whether it be the stock market, the precious metals market, you name it, because all markets are highly correlated and connected. And yes, there is rampant manipulation across the world, and if you don't believe that markets are connected, I personally do not know what to tell you. And again, always take everything with a grain of salt that I say or that you read, and always do your own research from multiple sources and come to your own decision. This is your hard-earned money. All right, so right here, just as you thought the great news was over for today, we get some more amazing news. Granted, the price doesn't really reflect that, but if you guys have been invested in XRP, you get the gist and you do know what's coming. But again, money tap, we know, delay after delay after delay. This new application again is set to finally go live in 2020. They're expecting a Q1 2020 launch. Something tells me that they may actually finally hit this target, so I'm looking forward to that. And again, the whole idea is just building around the XRP ecosystem. And we already know that they are connected to a lot of banks, and a lot of people argue, well, with domestic payments, this is not necessary. But again, with remittance, it is. So regardless, we want integrations. All of this still drives adoption, and it shows that there are true use cases and benefits around blockchain technology, and you do need to send the value, which of course comes in handy with a cryptocurrency. So yes, they are not obsolete, they are necessary, and of course the global governments are showing you this each and every day with CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. And something interesting too, I just want to emphasize regarding Ripple, regarding XRP's future success as an investment, getting a return on your investment, a true ROI. I do, and you have to kind of look at everything, but I do agree with Michael Zischek's point of view as well. And he made a good point the other day, talking, yes, of course, banks want to adopt Ripple. They don't want to adopt any other technology, because they're still going to be able to be completely anonymous using ODL, on-demand liquidity. They're simply going to have, the exchange address that they use from that transaction, and you're still not going to know which bank is making the transfer. Banks obviously will adopt and are adopting blockchain today. We see that. This is not speculation. This is not hype. This is fact, and it will be on a more so permissioned basis, and it already is. And yes, they're investing billions upon billions. This is fact. It's been going on for a long time. And even other custodies, like such as Fidelity coming out, they've admitted to scooping up Bitcoin back in 2015. All right. Now, because of all this, and because of all this building of central bank digital currencies, Interledger Protocol, ILP, and XRP combined are more necessary and useful than ever. And what I want to emphasize, and I say this in a few videos, we have partners, of course, 300 plus partners of Ripple. People say big deal, only 24 are using on-demand liquidity, and they're only using a small portion of XRP at the time. And yes, I get it, slow and steady approach, yes. But you have to realize the partners of the partners. They're Ripple, of course, connected with Temenos. Temenos has, over 3,000 partners. You guys can look this up and confirm it yourself. Again, one of the biggest partnerships, Finastra, over 9,000 partners and banks connected. You guys have to look at the bigger picture and understand some of these partners have huge players. Ripple's actively working with the top 50, 40 to 50, I can be a little conservative there, of the world's central banks as well. So again, even being conservative, this is well over 10,000 customers right there being connected. And you have to realize Swift, 11,000, sometimes the number is less, sometimes it's more. We are basically there, at least with the attention of proof of concepts. Now, maybe not everybody's using RippleNet per se, and the cool thing is with the new hub, it really is like the Facebook for them to interact and transfer and work together in an ecosystem on a permissioned blockchain. All right, we want building. We want, whether they do stable coins, collateralized assets, continue to do lending. Things are being built on this ecosystem, especially in the world of DeFi. And yes, I am so bullish. The price does not affect me. I'll still continue to dollar cost average. Personally, I am kind of hoarding on the side right now. And if we do dip, I will, hopefully do a large buy. But right now, I'm just paying attention, watching the news unravel. This doesn't really faze me anymore. And you get the gist. And again, I'm looking forward to that price move because I know the whole community could use, some morale, a boost in morale. But I want to keep seeing this. We're seeing integration, we're seeing building, and then ideally, boom. Now this is the same concept, trickle, flood. Joel Katz, David Schwartz, CTO of Ripple, has said, it's arguable that there will not be a slow and steady rise because once this is actually happening. The idea is that banks will start hoarding the XRP, and it'll start happening at a faster basis, just like the snowball effect. So when things do get moving, when they so-called metaphorically flip the switch, things could ramp up faster than any other asset. I get it. Bitcoin jumped, 30-40% a while back, and, we woke up or got your alarms on your phone and you were really, caught up and excited. Guys, the same thing can happen with XRP, if not at a greater level. I just want to emphasize that, so be ready. All right. I believe, if I have not talked about this, so again, Gregory Mannarino, in my opinion, now I have no political agenda here, just wanted to share this as well. So be sure to check this out, and we'll see what happens with the stock market. But anyways, in my opinion, China is daring the president of the United States to raise tariffs. At this point, if Trump does not raise tariffs, he looks like a fool before the world, especially after what he said over the last few days about raising tariffs if there's no deal. If Trump raises tariffs, stocks will then suffer. Question, will Trump appease China, or will he continue to lie about a deal being closed? And again, very curious to see what will happen. I have not confirmed, but I did hear some form of dip with the Dow Jones, so I'll have to look into that. And there's a lot of speculation that they will try to drive the price of the Apple stock up because it is the dominant stock in the marketplace, and it will artificially rise the entire market again and continue this pump. The quantitative easing has not stopped, but again, none of this is sustainable. This is a band-aid. Banks are thirsty. They need, and I'm not trying to be funny, but they need that financial lubricant, and that is exactly what XRP, one of the only assets positioned to do, can do this. It's on-demand liquidity. It's within its name. The whole global rebranding of the Ripple website is getting attention. So just want to emphasize that. All right, right here. So ACI and Swift. So we already know ACI. We've talked about them plenty of times, but for those of you that do not know, ACI supports around 9% of the global Swift network, 30% in the US. All right, and then right here, ACI also supports real-time schemes around the world, meaning that any bank can use real-time RTP systems to support Swift, whether it's GPI, distributed ledger technology, such as Ripple, named right here. Now, wire and immediate payments. And they talk about this. So we get, Swift, obviously more than 11,000 banking and security organizations, 200 countries plus, blah, blah, blah. And then just kind of talking about Swift GPI there, connecting all of them. And again, this is not settlement. This is not actually solving the problem at hand. This is a band-aid. This is a fancy credit and debit model. It's not sustainable. It does not free the dormant capital whatsoever. And we all know that there's only one solution, and that is one of the plethora of reasons why I am so bullish on XRP in this ecosystem succeeding, because the second that it begins to get even, a higher percentage of this market share, it's game over. So right here, payments, and I believe I Am Legion shared this, so thank you, sir. In ACI Worldwide, Craig Ramsey says the readiness is there for RTP real-time payments, and now comes the demand to monetize it all. So I believe from now into maybe in the next few years, we are going to see this demand coming. Swift is slow. They're hopping on the train, and I personally do not really agree with this article because they're trying to say that Swift GPI will save them. And look, answers a very real problem and moves us into the 21st century. This is the same talk, and if you paid attention at Swell or any other financial event, they're masking this. Of course, people know what's really going on. Swift GPI is comparable to X Current. It does not solve the true problem, and it does not settle at the central bank core ledgers. Payments can be fancy, sure, and on the front end for all of us it looks great, but it's not solving the problem at hand when it comes to liquidity and capital costs of holding these pre-funded Nostro and Vostro accounts globally. All right, right here, King Solomon. So this is literally recent, November 18, 2019, the new International Monetary Fund working paper designing central bank digital currencies. And I remember when people were talking about central banks adopting DLT and creating their own currencies, everyone thought it was laughable. Look what's happening. Whether you continue to watch this channel or not, I guarantee you're going to be back, and I'm not trying to sound arrogant. I just know where this future is going. So right here, downloadable link, imf.org. You can kind of check this out, and literally just talking about this and designing these CBDCs. So highly recommend you guys check this out. King Solomon, aka XRP_owl on Twitter. So here's his tag up here. So highly recommend you follow this gentleman. He knows what's coming as well. All right, and then last but not least, so we got Matthew Linney sharing this. We got SIX and BME to focus on distributed ledger technology for settlement of foreign exchange markets. So as we can see here, This is connected, yes. So combining the local vertically integrated champions to create a top 3 European market infrastructure group. And so we know about 6. We know all of the financial products built within them as well. And you guys say, okay, well, what does this have to do with XRP? Is this just DLT? Either way, I mean, I guess that's a good sign. But in reality, pay attention. 6 selects R3 Corda. R3, guys, this is what I'm paying attention to the real price appreciation. Corda for new digital asset exchange. We want as many people signing, just like we want, customers and FIs and banks to sign with Ripple. I want the same amount of these trade finance players and huge people building these products to be built on R3 as well and utilizing Corda, their open sourced platform. And as again, the link as well. R3 launches universal settler application to facilitate global payments on Corda. XRP is named the first settlement mechanism. And again, they can work with other assets, which is awesome, but they made it a point to name XRP, and right now they only have 2 options, and those are Swift GPI, which is fiat, of course, and it does not solve the problem at hand, as I've already addressed, and then XRP. All right, David Rutter, and this is CEO of R3, said that more options will also be added, but keep in mind, is that really necessary? Guys, let me know your thoughts down below. If you think that this is all hype, I personally don't know what to tell you because you guys are just focusing on price at the moment. I'm following the fundamentals. Price is literally an after effect. Reality will catch up in due time. Whether it's a week or another few years, I'm here. I'm personally investing. This is not to convince you. You guys can sell. You can do whatever is right for your personal situation. I appreciate, all your insight and comments and concerns, and I will see you in the next video.